It's Friday, March 5th, 2021, and you are watching The Inbox with Greg Nibbler. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, wherever you are watching, whenever you're watching. If you're watching live, fantastic. We are live. It's 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 Eastern here for The Inbox with Greg Nibbler on 2Box Media. Follow us. You probably already are, but maybe you can tell some friends. 2Box Media, TWO Box Media on whatever social media channel you're at. Of course, you can go to 2boxmedia.com. And let's get you started here. We've got some things to talk about that have happened this week. I've got some plans I want to propose to you. I want your opinions on this. So make sure you drop in your comments as we go through the show. But to start off, let's talk about a product launch. It's not something that we've been getting a ton of here over the last couple of months to start the year off, but we do have something new. And it's from Razer, and it has to do with smart glasses. Yes, the smart glasses market, something that's been around for a while, but this is more focusing on the audio side of things. So it's not like the Google Glass Hole. We all know what that is. This is something else. This is Razer. It's called the Anzu Smart Glasses. And again, focusing on the audio side of things. So there you go. There's a couple of different styles. They've got a rounded side, a little bit more square. They've got two different speakers. So I want to talk about what separates these from Amazon and Bose and some of the other ones that are out there. These ones have two separate speakers. So they're separate channels that you can control with that. They are $199, so they are not cheap, to be aware of that. Each one of those sides, though, has a 16 driver. It's got a couple of other like key things for it. IPX4 rated. So IPX4 means that rating, I mean, you can get a little bit of water splashed on it. I would say if it's pouring down rain, you're probably out of luck. So if you live in Oregon, I would avoid these things. But nonetheless, it is a little bit waterproof, so that's at least a start. 16 millimeter driver is what I was trying to say there earlier. Some of the touch sides of things, it's got a touch responsive tap gesture that you can use on the temple. It'll let you, change tracks, answer calls, that kind of standard thing that we see with a lot of wireless earbuds. That's the other thing. It's true wireless audio. And that's where they're saying this stands out a little bit more. So you've got all of those features on there. You've got this idea that you would be able to use them for a lot of different things. They say it works with pretty much any Bluetooth device. The speakers will point back down at the ears. One key thing, though, is anybody, and this is what they said, what Razer said, anybody within an arm's length is going to be able to hear what's going on. That, to me, is a little bit of a downside because at that point, you're just broadcasting everyone. Although then again, if they're within an arm's length, it's probably violating the 6-foot distance anyway. So maybe that's doesn't matter as much right now, but going forward, if you spend $199, you kind of want those things to last a little while. But this is Razer coming out with those. They make some really good products, so you can see how they're doing it. Amazon's doing it. Bose is doing it. The question is, do you want it? And that's what I want to know. Is this another thing that's being kind of pushed out there that people aren't necessarily even wanting to use? Are you really keen on these glasses? They do say, though, they're marketing them also to people who do wear glasses on a regular basis. Corrective lenses. You can order special lenses. It's got two that come with it as far as just a lighter one and one that's tinted. So it's got the standard side for those things. You can use them as sunglasses. You better like the design, though, because once you get it, you're not going to be able to really change that out. However, that's what Razer's got. So it's the Anzu Smart Glasses. Let us know what you think about those. It is a new product, and I like to see innovation in these kinds of things. I don't know if this is for everybody, but like I said, let us know. All right, let's continue on here. Some trending news, and I've got a few things I want to propose to you. First off, let me give you the news. This is what's happening. Twitter has been announcing a lot of tests, a lot of changes going forward. They want to be more profitable. You can't blame them for that. I get it. They see what Facebook's doing. They see what YouTube has. They see all these other platforms, TikTok making a lot of money. Twitter has, for a long time, not been as profitable as them. So there's going to be some changes that'll be happening. They've tested out a few things, proposed some things. Here is one, though, that almost gets it right, but not quite. And it is the idea of an undo send button for your tweet. So we've seen this, imagine like with Gmail, where you hit send and it'll give you, I think it's like 20 seconds or something like that, where you can say, oh no, I shouldn't call the boss that, or whatever it is. You decide I shouldn't have sent that. Well, this is the kind of the same thing with Twitter, to where you would post it and then you have about, I think it's like 10 seconds where you can be like, panic, unsend. That to me does not go far enough for Twitter for what I would like to see. And that's why right now I'd like to propose my plan to Twitter as far as an edit button. I've talked about it before here on the show. I've brought it up. I've mentioned it. And now this is what it is. So, dear Jack Dorsey, here is my Twitter plan. Step one. This is in order to get an edit button. Step one, every new account gets 3 times that they can edit a tweet. So say you set up your account, and this would be grandfathered into people already with them. You get 3. That's it. That's your count. Every time you use one, it goes down. So the edit has to happen within the first 5 minutes of the tweet. Give people 5 minutes to realize they've made a misspelling, because at 4 minutes, you have to either delete it and then you just look like an idiot, or you just have to live with the fact that you misspelled something. Give people 5 minutes. Okay. That's step one. Step two is this. After those 3 free ones are out, that's it. You don't get any more. This is where you make money, Jack Dorsey. This is where you can get paid. And so after that, you can purchase the right to edit more tweets at $2 per edit. So you pull it up there. You can actually say, hey, I just realized I did that wrong. And we can we can pay $2 and you can edit your own tweet. That's a good idea. Now, Jack Dorsey, I know you're watching right now. Step 3, this is for you in particular, profit. You're going to be able to make profit on that. That is the key. Dollars. Because I'll say for me alone, I would probably use that 20 times a year. Maybe I could take a second longer before I post something and do that, but that's something that I could do. You would be getting that. That's $40 a year from me just to edit tweets. And imagine how many other people are out there. This is a great plan. I want to know what you think about this. Is this a plan you would be able to use? Is this something that you would be interested in? I think we do have a clip of me talking about this from before, just to clarify that this has been a stance, my platform, I guess, if you will, is that I want an edit button. Do we have that clip that we can go ahead and roll here just to give you an idea of what I've been talking about? The one thing that's missing, that I've said it over and over, I'd be willing to pay for, is the ability to edit a tweet. That just makes sense. Greg, you hit the nail on the head right there. So this is what I'm talking about. Twitter, I want an edit button. Jack Dorsey, I've got lots of ideas. This is one, though, that can make you money. It would make me happy. People get to edit their tweets. I just think it's a no-brainer. Let's go forward with that plan. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. All right, moving on from Twitter, let's talk about a couple of other trending things here, just kind of round out your day. Some fun stuff to talk about, and let's go to Mars with the Perseverance rover. It is sending back amazing images constantly. There are thousands of them right now on NASA, some of the highest resolution things you can ever see. And now we got to see this. This is an announcement they made about it traveling, and it is the fastest rover ever to be on Mars. But it's still the actual amount that it moves. So it's got its 6 wheels of note. It's 6-wheel drive, but it moves 1/100th of 1 mile per hour. So that's how fast it's going. But it was able to do this, and this is what they wanted to showcase, that it moved, and they can actually take a look back. They can see the tracks on there, so they're able to actually verify that this thing's going along, and it's really, really cool stuff to see, just of how it's doing it. So it's using that arm with the camera on there. It's got a lot of cameras on there. They've been updating a bunch of other features on it as well. They can send software updates to even beef it up even more. And right now, what it's going to be doing is looking for around the crater, kind of plan out its path as it searches for evidence of microbial life, or ancient microbial life, ancient aliens, if you will, on Mars. Although they're not really the aliens, we are, but that's a whole other discussion that we can have another time. But regardless, this is what they're doing. So they're calibrating these different tools right now. They're getting it ready to go do that. And they're setting it up for some of the other cool things that are on the way, like the helicopter. We're going to get to see the helicopter. Now, they've turned it on, or at least checked to make sure it's functional. The helicopter is functional, but they haven't set it down yet. So at some point here, I don't know, maybe even in the next couple of weeks, it's hard to say, they're moving so fast with this. They're going to set that helicopter down, they're going to turn it on, and it's going to fly around Mars ideally. That is going to be amazing when that happens. But this is all something that they're updating. Like I said, all the time they're having live streams with this, and so many different experiments going on. We're going to find out more about those. We're going to get all of these amazing images, videos. It's all coming. It takes a long time to send them back, but they're doing it bit by bit, literally bit by bit. And there's a treasure trove right now that you can go through, but that was really cool. That's something that they updated today with the Perseverance rover. It's moving, six wheel drive, just very, very slow, but nonetheless, still Pretty amazing stuff. All right, final thing I want to talk about here is kind of a little bit of a two-parter. It has to do with SpaceX and something they did this week, and that is the test launch of the SN10. That's the Starship serial number 10. That's what that stands for. This is this series of them that they've been doing. You've probably seen the SN8, the SN9. We've got a Starship explainer at youtube.com/2boxmedia, by the way. But the SN10 went up, and the whole idea of this is just seeing if they can land it back down. So they send it up, it actually flips over onto its side, and then as it gets close to the ground, and this is, it flips like that so that it can slow its speed, it flips up upright and then lands on the ground. So far, the other ones have exploded, either in air or when it hits the ground. This one, though, didn't explode right away. It was able to land, so it's pretty amazing what it could do. It came down, had a pretty perfect landing. They celebrated it, and then about 10 minutes later, it blew up. No, there's nobody on this, just to specify for that. However, there will be before too long. It's actually coming up pretty soon. So this SN10 line, they plan to send one into orbit, at least according to Elon Musk, later on this year. They've got more of these already built, so they're just churning them out. These tests are going to keep on going and going, and they're a lot of fun to watch. But people are going to be riding on these. Now, at first, this is going to be, going to the moon. Eventually, it's going to go to Mars, but there is a way that you could take a ride on a future Starship in 2023, and you can enter to win that ability right now. You may remember this gentleman, Yusaku Maezawa. He is a Japanese billionaire who purchased a trip around the moon. So one of these starships is going to go around the moon in 2023. It's called Dear Moon right now. You may remember, though, he originally was going to make this a game show where women were going to compete to ride with him in a capsule around the moon. I'm sure that's something. Well, actually, he had thousands of people that wanted to do that. You better be really committed because there's nowhere to go. And I'm not implying anything, but that's a tight ship to be stuck in for that long time. But now, though, he's opened it up. He abandoned his contest for that, and he's opening it up for 8 other people to join him in space, and you can sign up to do so right now. It's going to be, I think, March 14th. It might even be the cutoff here, where you can do that. You can sign up, and then something happens. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how he's going to judge who's going to be going up. I think it's going to be a little suspicious if it... I'll just leave it at that. We'll see how that's going to work out. I think you can imagine where this is going to go. But nonetheless, you can still enter. I did. I did it. You know what? I'll go up there and be in a capsule with 8 other people for, I think it's a 6-day trip to go around the moon. I'm willing to do that. I will try it out. But you can too. So you can sign up for this right now. And that's what you do. You sign up and then it says, hey, you're entered. Next step, ? Something happens. We don't know what's going to happen. It's been kind of a mess with this, but 2023, supposedly 8 other people are going to be going up with him to go around the moon. So I'd say for me, it's worth the risk. I'm going to do it. You know what? Even if it's annoying for 6 days, that's fine. I'll just bring earbuds, and just look out at space. That's fine. I'm good with that. But maybe you are as well. So you can sign up to do that. I want to let people know about it. And there we go. That is something you can do this weekend. Now, this is just a quick update here that we have at the end of the week. Again, this is the Inbox with Greg Nibbler. That's me. And I want to thank everybody for joining us here on this show. And this is our kind of a new Friday time we've been testing out. Monday, we'll be back at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be live then. And we'll start your week off with some bunch of news, some things to look forward to, things to expect, and maybe recap any events that happened over this weekend. But you can always watch, though, on our social media channels. In particular, I invite you to go to youtube.com/2boxmedia, where you can subscribe and check out some of our videos. We've got some great explainers that are up there. It's March now. If you're looking for something to watch, maybe you missed out or not sure what's going to be out there across all these different streaming platforms, well, we've got a top 10 for you that you can check out and maybe find something to watch. You can also check out our ones from January and February too, so definitely go do that. You can always email to greg@2boxmedia.com, info@2boxmedia.com, and get a hold of us. Let us know. Let me know what you think about what we've talked about. Maybe you have some ideas you want to share. Maybe you think we should be covering something else. Maybe you think we should interview you. We can do that too. So definitely get a hold of us there. And I want to say thank you to everybody joining us. Have a great weekend. On behalf of myself, Mike Solis, Jess Serba, thanks for watching The Inbox with Greg Nibbler.